That's an intro.
What was that?
That's an intro. That's how you do it. That's how we do it, Jay. What have I been going wrong? What have I been doing wrong, man?
That's crazy. I was like, what is going on here?
What? It's the crazy world of MB&F.
But that is MB&F. Yes, Max Boozer, man. I mean, there is nothing what you can talk about. And just being, in awe. Like, wow.
Crazy. Absolutely. It's launch day for MB&F. Always a big day in the independent industry, the independent sector. And that video we've just watched is probably the most watched piece of horological visuals that have been watched anywhere today on YouTube, on Instagram, there's such a cult following for MB&F that anytime they do something new, especially when they come up with something brand new, like what we've just seen is the HM12, the horological machine 12, the Guardian, as it's called. And man, it is one impressive.
Tell me something. I saw that they had the horological, the main frame with the watch. But what was the ones besides it? Like there were two images what were right besides it in the end. It was like hits or whatever. I don't know. Something which I never didn't get.
Well, let's go and talk about what this is. So, folks, welcome to In the Metal. I am Johnny McElhearn. This handsome gentleman here beside me is J.S. Kumar. And we're talking today about the latest creation from MB&F, Max Boozer and friends. And Jay, your question is, what is it? So it's I guess is it, as I said in my description on YouTube, is it a watch? Yes. Is it a clock? Kinda. Is it a mean stainless steel and titanium sentinel who's sent a guard over your boardroom collectibles? Yes, it's all of those things too. So it's actually, as I say, a watch. It is also a robot, one of the horological machine robots. So it's detachable. The watch is detachable from the robot.
That is the face.
Yeah, and so the whole concept was dreamed up and was actually intended to be unveiled last year in 2025 because to celebrate the occasion of the 20th anniversary of MB&F, which was founded obviously in 2005. And so the idea was to launch it in 2025 to mark that occasion. This thing took on a life of its own. The project started 5 years ago, and it took on a life of its own. And I have some great little graphics to show the whole process. In fact, why the hell not just go start at the beginning? So this is where the Guardian began, and it is a collaboration between Max, who is the creative energy, the driving force behind MB&F, and another Max, which is unusual for this one because usually Max has worked with Eric Giraud.
Eric Giraud and Max were the main.
For sure. Great, long-time collaborators. That relationship continues. There's just a new addition to the mix now. And it's not exactly new, but it's the first time he's come front of house with one of the MB&F watches, so to speak. Yes. And that's Maximilian Martens. And so he has worked with Max previously on some of the music boxes and automata from Lepe and from Rayuge. And so this time he's been given a kind of a driving role in creating this watch. So you can see how it has evolved from the original concept. You can see this transformer whole thing going, this whole
Yeah.
transformer vibe going on from the start. So it clearly evolved. I've been fascinated to see some of the watch designs that would have gone along with this over the course of its evolution, because the watch is actually designed, and the whole concept is that the watch is the head of this robot, and the robot is called Guardian. Let's have a look at this fella, and there he is. Jay.
Insane. I mean, look at that. I mean, what is this?
What is this indeed? This is the as Max Buscher has one of these great lines that he comes out with, and it is, a creative adult is a child who survived. And I kind of resonate with that there. I twiddle about with the graphics and take care of how the whole visuals are presented and things like that there. And I get a creative adult as a child who survived. So these are all dreams that are schemed up in Max Buscher's head. And the idea for this came about was, what if we could make a watch that is a robot's head? And he gave the idea to Max Mertens, and as I say, he took the driving seat and off they ran with it to create this thing that has just been released today. And it is, it's monumental. There are questions you could ask about, its relevance to watchmaking, and you can't really wear it. Well, actually, yes, you can wear it, because, as I say, the watch is detachable from the head or from the body of the robot. It's a crazy thing. What do you think, Jay?
I mean, looking at this, I always look at all of the things he created, before, the frog, the spider, the whatever he thought was, which made sense for him in this, amazingly, playful manner, but also getting something very, very serious. I mean, look at the watch itself. I mean, it's got a tourbillon, it's got the hours, it's got the minutes, and it's it has everything what you are looking at, but it still keeps the the MB&F character. That is something what you see immediately when you look at the watch.
Absolutely.
And then you look at the robot, which actually is the face. This is the face of the robot, which is, I mean, something which anybody would be like, what the craziness is going on here?
We are going out on a limb here on this one, Jay, because this is the first time we're looking at a creation.
Yes.
And we're just discussing it between ourselves about what it means to us, and how it affects us, and how MB&F, I guess, in its 20+ year history, how MB&F has affected us. But he never fails to go into the realms of fantasy with these creations. And okay, it's amazing that it's coupled to this extraordinary robot device as well. But the whole idea is all conceived as one concept, although there are multiple people and multiple companies, manufacturers, finishers, fabricators, at work here to create this singular piece. And the body is the work of Lepay, who Max has obviously worked with many times before. The watch itself is, as I say, Max Martin's, as with a number of watchmakers. And I was going to leave this until the end again, but what the dick is. That's the list of people who are involved.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, man, it's like the credits for Star Wars.
Yes.
It's like the credits for Star Wars. It's so many people
But that's
involved.
what he's famous for. He always said it is not just his creative mind which which makes these watches. It is also everybody else who actually makes sense in putting this crazy magnificent piece together. I mean, look at that. You have everybody there, who's in this watch world. I mean, it's insane. You have Barrel by General Ressort. You have
Yeah,
the rubies by who is that, Pleho? It's like,
yeah, rubies. I got it. The Pierre. Yeah,
you
and
know what I mean. It's this is how he works. This is how he gets the best out of people and puts it out there. He did it once before, I think all of those what was the the Friends situation which he did, Opus, the Opus,
yes,
when he
that,
was
that was with Harry Winston.
Harry Winston. Now,
Yes,
that's what Max Boozer is famous for. He always said, you cannot do something alone. You have to have people around you who do these things for you. And you know what I mean? And that's what it is. You know what I mean?
I agree with that. You can't do things alone, and it's always better when
Yeah.
you do it with someone. And
Yes. Yes.
but it's funny; those are just two things that I planned to kind of save until later on in this. But it's amazing just to see the ripple effect, if you like, that Max Booster has and MB&F have by with these pieces that they're creating and the projects. And I was talking to MB&F yesterday. I was talking to the wonderful Sharis yesterday, trying to see if we could convince him to come on. Obviously, understandably, on launch day, MB&F are pretty busy. And do you know what it struck me is, that image of a swan gliding along a mirror flat surface of water going.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely correct.
That's what's going on there. I know full well, and it all looks so slick and seamless and polished. And mind you, they've had 20 plus years to get good at it, and they are,
Of course,
blooming good at it now, So so it's so whenever this, I saw it this morning. So there's a lot to tell about this piece too, because it's the watch. The watch itself is composed of, I think, 646 separate components in the watch.
Yes.
And coupled with another 755 components in the robot. So what we're looking at there then, is it's the case of the watch is manufactured from grade 5 titanium.
Yes.
And it measures a length of 49.3 from lug to lug.
Yes.
With an absolutely acceptable 43.6 millimeters. And
that's not bad.
And even in height, 13.8, it's acceptable. It is very, very wearable. And the fact that it has articulated lugs.
Yes, I can see that.
You can see it there. I think the upper lug there that we're looking at is articulated, so it just gives it a universally comfortable fit and an extraordinary piece. And so it's it is designed, as I said, to be the head of the robot. And I wanted to just go and have a look at how that actually works. You can see here how the strap.
Oh, I see how the lug itself hatches on to the part behind there, right?
There is a lever on the top of the robot.
Yes.
And you detach the Velcro strap.
Yeah.
And it fits as a little compartment in the pedestal for the robot. I've been doing my stuff here, Jay. I've been reading up on this bad boy all day to make sure whenever I come on,
this is how it is. I mean, look at that. So you have the component behind, and then you have the latch, and you're fixing the top part of the watch, the lugs, and into that latch in there, right? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. And it's secured there. So there you have it. Becomes
secured. Yes, exactly. What about the bottom?
The button, I assume, is a slider.
It's the
So
same. It is the same thing.
yeah, the bottom. That's a good question. Let's see if we can get an image of the fella's chin there to see what he looks like.
Yes, exactly.
So difficult just to see it. I haven't zoomed in
Oh
just as
my
close.
God, that
You
is
can be sure that is it ain't gonna fall out of there. Yeah. So,
going nowhere.
it's going nowhere. It's going nowhere. But it's an incredible piece. And so what does it do? The functions on it. It has, as you said, it has the
Jump out.
flying tourbillon.
Yes.
Now we'll get a little look at the top of the case here. Let me see. We'll use the purple version. So at the top we have the flying tourbillon.
Yes.
Then beneath that there, you have to the left are jumping hours.
Yes.
So the disc rotates, the hand, the pointer there is static.
It's static.
And it is the same on the opposite side where the minutes are on a disc and the minutes rotate and the hand is static. And then beneath that there, you have the micro rotor. We always perceive the micro rotor to be
behind
a half rotor. This one is actually double sided. So there are, and we'll come to the flip side in a moment.
Yeah.
But so on the top half here, it's got the MB&F battle axe rotor.
Yes.
Do you know that you get on the MAD pieces?
Yes.
MAD1, MAD2. We have this crazy battle axe, and it's appeared on lots of the MB&F pieces down the years. And so you have this incredible display. You'll notice two crowns as well.
Yes. What? Yes. Is he trying to have a crown each for both the discs over there?
What it is that's not the image I'm looking for. We'll talk over this one, Jay. Yeah. The two crowns are, one is to actuate the time and to set the time.
Yeah.
That's the crown on the left. The crown on the right is used to draw out a mask, a mechanical mask that comes over. And I'll tell you just when we're hitting that part of the video here. You can see those dark blue elements that are coming out. Whenever you activate the crown on the right, which we are coming up to any moment now, and man, we're winging it with this one, or at least I am, Jay. So there's the crown coming out there, if you could see, or the mask appearing. And what we'll do is actually go and see the difference, because this is the same piece.
Yes.
So it has a kind of a robot face.
Yes.
About, and but as I say, the crown on the left is for adjusting the time. And
the one on the right is where the face sort of looks like a face. The blue part.
Again, it has been treated as a complication in its own right, because there are something like 55 components.
Yes.
Involved in making this happen. And by adjusting the crown on the right, you can dictate just how far that blue mask, or green or purple, depending on the version. There are 3 versions. There are 12 pieces of each, and this is going to be the one and only Guardian model that they're making, they say in their press release. So, but the mask, like as well, and it gives the watch a completely different persona.
Yes.
And, crazy thing, Jay.
Insane. It's like you have a watch on the left side with all the components what it should be having, and then the same thing turns to be a face with the purple, blue, or whatever they want it to be. It's crazy.
They're so Yeah, we used to say that young lads used to have a poster of the Lamborghini Countach on their bedroom walls. Well, Max Bush or MB&F have really nailed this poster image
Yeah.
of
Oh
independent watchmaking, and they're constantly creating icons. It's amazing. I actually sent him a message to Shara about how do you guys keep coming up with these creations, these you and
my.
it's incredible. So yep. And so what's going on? This is the front of the watch. It was very futuristic,
Yeah.
very sci-fi, and then there's a contrast because on the underside, it's much more traditional haute horlogerie. And bear in mind, every piece of this creation have been produced to the standards of haute horlogerie. They're absolutely meticulous
Yeah.
finishing throughout. And again, working with some of the great artisans, you can see the level of finishing there in every component. And so I'll isolate one feature in particular, and that was the rotor that is actually a dome rotor, and that has been briocheted
Your
by.
shade. Yes. I mean, how does one think of something like this?
You call in Carrie Voutilainen and say, "Can you
Is it
do
Kari
this?"
Valkalainen?
Carrie Voutilainen's people have come up with. I think this is where he is most at home, doing these incredible finishing, applying these techniques. I think Carrie Voutilainen has so many ideas in his mind
Yes,
that,
of course. But then he's got the right person next to him who actually lets him do all of that what he wants.
yeah. Well, I think also himself as well, stepping back from his kind of CEO positions
Yeah.
in Voutilainen and
Yeah.
in Urban Jorgensen, and it's allowed him to get back to actually working with the machines that he loves,
Mm.
and
Create.
create these incredible pieces. And so it's yeah, I just have been mesmerized by it all day. I felt that it's just one of those pieces that.
I mean, you could go on looking at it and you would not be tired. You know what I mean? It's something which I've never seen happening the way these guys have come up with different pieces all these years, 20 years of MB&F, and every time they come up with something, it is something which nobody understands, but at the same time fascinated.
Nobody understands and everybody wants, isn't
Yes.
it? Like, it's
Nobody gets it, no?
yeah, it's just he has. I keep saying he, but Max, it will always say it's the team, it's the team, it's the team.
Yeah, Max always says that. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously it is a team, but it's always, it's MB, what MB stands for.
yeah. I look at some of the people like that, and I can understand that they've got a charismatic personality that
Yes.
you can't imagine people saying no to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Can we do this? Nobody's going to say no. They'll say, let's find out. Let's try and see. And the only time they're going to come back and say we can't do it is when they have tried it and it doesn't work. And I would say that is not often, because working with some of the people that he has worked with down the years, the likes of our own Stephen McDonald, who's just up the road from me here,
yeah.
who works in this little bubble in Belfast, doesn't like to be interrupted. Isn't a great one for taking lots of phone calls or WhatsApp messages or anything like that. There, he just loves to zone in and spend his time solving problems, and that's been one of the big reasons why MB&F have really been able to knock the ball out of the park as they have with this one. Again, looking at the number of components. When you say 646 components go into,
It's crazy.
every single one of those is designed. Everything is.
I mean, everything has to fit together. That is what it's all about over there. Look at that. it has to be precise, it has to be fit, it has to be done in a way that nobody can tell you tomorrow, hey, what was that all about? This is insane. So oh my God.
Well, I hope, my friend, that after people having seen this today, they'll have a better idea of what the HM12 Guardian is all about. It gave me a lot of enjoyment today
Yes.
going through it. And funny thing, when you're working on these images and you're compiling that folder of images, you learn a lot more about it, and it's a piece that, obviously it's something that I will maybe get to see, but this will I own it? Never. It's just I love the fact that it is so fantastical, that it is so it's like a concept brought to life.
Yes.
And
so I have a question for you. So below the head there is another round piece of, what is that?
The thermometer, of course, man.
Is it a thermometer?
There's a thermometer in the chest cavity of the
yes, exactly. It looks like, what was the name of the guy who was stock guy from Marvel? He had this thing in the middle of his chest, which actually gave him life.
Oh, that was yeah. Was that Iron Man? Was that Iron Man?
Iron Man, yes, exactly.
Yeah. Robert J. Downey, of course.
Yes, that's what it reminds me of. I mean, that's like, wow.
I'm glad you picked that one. I think that's probably the only one I'm really familiar with, thanks to my daughter, Katie, keeping us Iron Man movie for so many years, But that panel in the center is thermometer. It makes it just perfect executive toy.
Very balanced, I have to say. So you have it in your work desk, and you want.
Well, I don't have it on mine.
I'm just saying, you have one of these things in your work desk. You know what the time is. You're going to see it right in front of you, and then you have a meeting. You just take off the head, put it onto your wrist, and you walk away. And you also see what the temperature is all about. It's so crazy. I mean,
I think that would be very intimidating if you're having a meeting in your boardroom and you've got the Guardian there, and you snap off his head. And
that also gives a message.
It's giving a message saying you're next. You're next, man.
Max was the thought of it all. He just said, you know what? These are the executives who are going to be having my piece of art on their boardroom, and this is what's going to happen. You know what? There's two other images on the right and the left. I thought they were like, smaller versions of the same thing, but looks like it's the same thing.
The HM12, the Guardian, is available in 3 different
purple, green, and
blue, green, and purple. And
what do you know the cost?
I do know the cost, and that is 280,000 Swiss francs.
Oh, nice.
There will be 12 of each. As I say, I don't have one on my desk, strangely enough, Jay.
Maybe they're going to send you one. Who knows?
Look, after this, come on, man. They may have all these fancy videos, but look.
You know what? I'm going to ask a friend of mine to make a prototype of something like that. And so I can color it the way I want it and put it on my desk.
I am going to get my go up to the roof, the attic, and take down one of my kids' little Meccano sets or something out there. The finishing mightn't be as good, but
it doesn't matter.
Well, listen. Okay, so we've looked at the creation. What does MB&F mean to you? You've known Max Busser and that whole team for a long time.
I think first of all, the man himself. I think he is one person who everybody respects. I think even now people have that respect for him. The way they talk to him, the way they talk about him, And Max has always been, a visionary person, a leader. So, that is the first
Right.
part about this whole thing about Max Boozer and friends. Also, we know about how he did it before. He always said we need to get something out there with different independent watchmakers who do these products, or these, piece uniques, which actually make sense of their own timekeeping, what do you call that, art. So this
Yeah.
is how he started off anyways. And to continue with that, and having his own situation going on and continuing with that, that is something which is extraordinary,
Yeah.
and every time coming out with something which, like this one now, nobody even thinks about that. Look at all the contemporary watchmakers, however independent they are, however amazingly good their timepieces are, but look at this. How does this stand away and out of all of the other ones? You see
Yeah.
what I mean? This is
I do. And you go back to the evolution there again of, you see just how much thought has gone into it, the whole process, nothing left to chance on every MB&F creation. Uh, because there are two different strands really to the MB&F family. There's the horological machine, of which this is the number 12, and incidentally their 23rd caliber. And then there is the LM series as well, which is the legacy machines,
yeah,
which I saw that they've just announced a few weeks ago. And I don't normally go for gem set pieces; they don't really speak to me.
Mhm.
But they have the perpetual they worked with Stephen McDonald, and they have, I think there's sapphires, rubies,
Yes, yes.
and emeralds, and somehow they get what shouldn't work or what shouldn't speak to me.
Yeah.
It works, and it does speak to me, and they've just got this incredible knack. As I said earlier about when I was chatting to Sharis, how do you guys keep turning out these incredible creations?
One amazing piece after the other.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's exactly what, and making, pieces which are affordable for people, like the lottery, what you have to go through. And it doesn't matter, but you're having a piece. I have one of them, but you're having a piece of Max Boozer, and friends with you, and which is so affordable. I know I have friends at this, in my Gotham Watch Club, for example, who wear Max Boozer's other pieces,
yeah,
which are
yeah,
amazing when you look at it and you're like, what is going on? But making it affordable, some of them, and giving it as lottery to people who are actually the ones who could, also have something from him.
yeah. It does. You get that sense of belonging, and
Longing, exactly.
I have to say, there's another brand that actually Max has worked with in the past, and that's Moser. And you kind of get the same kind of energy, the same kind of vibe.
Community, community,
So,
community.
yeah, yeah, and there's this kind of cult
Yes,
following
yes, yes,
for
yes,
both of those, and so and of course, and whenever I've worked with we did a full on interview with Max, myself, and Dan, who I have to get in touch with Dan and see when our next interview is, and. But in the week running up to it, the MB&F team were communicating with me the whole time.
yes,
I hadn't experienced anything like it before, and I actually felt like you were part of the team, of
yes.
that team. And it was the same with Moser. When I was working with Moser, of course, these guys, these people are, they have that charisma, they have that kind of dynamic energy that they exude. That, and as I said, people, you just can't imagine people saying no. You can't do that to them.
Going back to Moser, I mean, this is something which is very random, but 2012, when they just, I think, got the Moser brand, which was already there, but
Yeah, yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah, yeah.
exactly. But that's, they used to be in Basel World, and in that hotel which was next to the exhibition hall.
Sure.
So they used to showcase Moser and Oatlands. Guillaume Tetou was there, and the boys were there, very young at that time, Bertrand and Edouard.
Yeah.
Now these kids, even then, I'm talking about so many years ago, even then, they were very, very focused and very determined in what they were doing. And even now, when they come to New York, they always want to see me.
Yeah.
They will always see me. So yesterday, just random situation. We had two days ago, we had a Speak Marin event with Gotham Watch Club. And Stéphane Paget, who is the business development guy for Speak Marin, he used to be working with Ortolans then. And he used to be in my restaurant all the time. Now,
Yeah.
he came in yesterday to my restaurant, and we were talking about exactly the same thing about Moser and how their brand evolved. $100 million a year, situation. And they are still focused, and they're still doing, innovating, coming out with things which, at the same time, what this guy is doing, MB&F.
Yeah.
You see
They're
what I
very
mean?
similar.
Like, they have the same sort of a mindset of innovating and keeping people on their toes with things like the minute repeater, which they just came out with $450,000. But what an amazing piece that is. Skeleton.
We will talk about Moser again another day, because I did think, obviously, within the metal coming back, and this is actually incredibly, Jay, this is our 10th episode in about 2 months, and it feels great. It just, we're still, I guess, kind of figure out what in the metal is and where it slots in and what we do. And so to do this today with the HM12 Guardian, that's very enjoyable to do this. I would love to do the same with Moser. Obviously, it's great if we get somebody from Moser or somebody.
We will get somebody.
MB&F.
I can get Claudio or somebody who can
Of course,
be in this podcast. But the thing is, you see all of these things, what we talk about and what we do the last 2 to 3 months, it all connects. Now that is what it is. You see what I mean? You came up with that situation in your mind, saying that this, he worked with Moser and all of them have the similar mindsets. Now that is what it's all about how this balance happens.
Yeah, I think the difference between Max and Bertrand and Edouard, Max is content to cap manufacturing, to cap production at a certain level. He doesn't want MB&F, and he's said many times he doesn't want it to grow any bigger. I see Moser as being kind of an aspirational brand, that they are looking to transition from being an indie brand to being one of the recognized international brands. And they are very well on their way to doing that. They're sponsoring Alpine Formula 1 team there.
Yes. And they're doing well too. Gasly, I mean.
Not sure. But
I know. Last one was not a crazy story, but yes, I know.
Yeah, listen, it's all steps in the ladder as far as Moser are concerned, and they still possess that sense of joy, fun, happiness, and enjoying what they're doing, and you really get it. We'll talk to Moser one of these days, but
yes, let me connect with one of them and see if they can come in,
absolutely, no problem at all, and we could do that. So I think, Jay, that probably wraps us up for we're talking about this incredible machine. We'll take one last look at it here on our way out the door, but it's it's something that whenever the MB&F have a launch day or something like this here, it's nice to pay tribute and to say, kind of in a way, Jay, thank you to Max for breaking the rules, for going out on a limb, for kind of putting his ass on the line to create these things, and they give us, you can't look at an MB&F piece and not have a smile on your face. You walk into any of the suites where MB&F are doing a presentation or anything like that there, and you always see people are holding a watch in their hand, photographing it, wearing it on the wrist, and smiling, because That's what MB&F do.
It's insane. Wow.
Wouldn't you say?
Yep. That's exactly
So,
my sentiments over there, my friend.
so yeah, it's been so there's been a bit of an experiment for us, folks. We're focusing on one piece and one launch. We'll evaluate how this all works, how we feel about it, and but for those of you who have watched us live, for those who are watching us now on YouTube, thank you so much indeed for tuning in. It's a pleasure. Myself and Jay will be back in the next week with another episode, and I think we do have a guest for that one, so that would be good. And that's one of our favorite people. So we will be back with Albert Edelman from Zeitwinkel for our next episode. So for now, everyone, and just who's that saying? Good man yourself, our friend. Thank you for putting up with us. So it's been good fun, Jay, as ever. A really, really enjoyable conversation with you.
This is very cool. Thank you very much for getting this on the feet, my friend. Very cool.
It's a lot of fun, and it's a lot of fun doing it with yourself, good people. So, okay, folks, we will see you next time around.